Are we live? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Let's freaking go. What's up, beautiful people? Oh, my mustache is doing that thing again. We're queued up. We're booted up. We're here in the Drafters 2 million. If you don't know, now you know. We're drafting on Drafters Fantasy Sports Best Ball. It's our 2 million Mondays. And we'll just show you guys exactly what we're doing. It is a best ball tournament. We're drafting in the 2 million. First place gets $300,000. There's over 2 million in total winnings. That's crazy. It is best ball format. So it's the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted in your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that. If you sign up today using code DISCODRAFTS1, that promo code will get you up to $100 match with your initial deposit. Friendly reminder, all transactions are done in US dollars. Drafters is available in Ontario and all other legal sports betting states and provinces. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get going. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says, one of the Spike Week guys is at 9. I recognize the logo. What's up, Spike Week guy? At 9. We're on the... Oh, we got the 101. JJ. We got JJ, Justin Jefferson at the 101. We got... Let's see who we got in here. We got our boy It's Amigo drafting at the 107. We got our boy Snowman drafting at the 108. We got our great friend Knifey Spoony drafting at the 110. Our phenomenal homie Jonesy One Kenobi at the 111. Big Elmac at the 112. Dang. How many disco balls do we have up in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got half the draft. Let's go. Let's go. It's a beautiful thing. The wife says all clear. Thank God, because I would have been talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. We are starting very early. It's pretty crazy. We kind of like just say, hey, we're going live, and then we say we're queued up, and then it gets filled. I genuinely shout out Disco Ball Mania, Disco Ball Nation for this. We are missing a couple of familiar faces. Quasi, we miss you. He's gone to the cottage, so enjoy the cottage, Quasi. Queso dip, the 2-time. Nothing cheesy about the man, though. Nothing cheesy. And then we're missing our good friend B. Dorsey. We're missing our good friend Willie. We're missing our good friend Jeremy Teal. But we got new blood to draft against. And this is going to be, guys, believe me when I say this, okay? Mark the date. This is the draft where I'm going to win $300,000 American. So that's a big deal here for us Canadians. Mark my words. I'm putting it out in the universe. I'm winning it here with my double stacks. If you don't like my double stacks, then you probably have a reason not to like it, but I like it. Jonesy Juan Kenobi said probably a buddy of that guy in Discord. Big Kurt. Yeah, Big Kurt. At first I thought he was a hater. Then I realized he won $30,000 last year on DraftKings, so maybe there's a little bit of validity. Maybe there's a little bit of validity behind him not liking the double stack theory. But, hey, man, that's the thing about drafting right now. It's early July. Can't believe it's already early July. We've been drafting for over 2 months now. And, yeah, you know, theories are just that until the season's done. But I like our theory. I like the science behind it. I like the mathematics behind it. It just makes sense. It makes sense. And when it makes sense, we're going to make dollars. Jonesy Juan Kenobi said, that's a lot of maple syrup. You bet your ass it is. It's the best maple syrup out there. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says, sorry, I had to. It's okay. I appreciate you. You're a good man. You're a good man. You can be my tag team partner whenever, wherever. Doesn't matter who's in front of us. I'll tag you in. I know you're coming off the top ropes with that big elbow. Woo! Okay. Tone it down a bit. I'm amped. Our second Drafters 2 million Mondays. Every Monday moving forward, you can catch us doing a $20 buy-in for the Drafters 2 million. But it doesn't matter about the future ones. It does, because I want you to tune in. But this is the one we're going to freaking win it. We're going to win it all. And you can join us too. You can warm up in the $3 mini if you use our promo code DiscoDrafts1. Get up to $100 match with your initial deposit. We're going to match your Dollaruskis dollar for dollar. And I'm sure there's other promo codes out there, but they're not cool. They're not bald. They don't have a beard like this. They're not 6'8", 320 pounds of pure joy and maple syrup. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says LOL. I think that's about the flying elbow drop. All right, we'll catch you guys up on the draft after we make our... This draft is moving and grooving. All right, let's view. Okay. So we're going to take Ramon and Breece Hall. We're going to go 2 RBs. I know typically you want to go, as many wide receivers as you possibly can, but I will be patient here. So we start off the first round with the 101 pick because we are big draft energy and big draft nation knows we get the 101 on Mondays. It is what it is. We got Justin Jefferson, then Jamar Chase, then Christian McCaffrey, then Bijan at the 104. That's crazy. Here I was celebrating the fact that I was starting to see him go towards, the later end of the first round. And God, by the way, slow drafts, don't do it. Just don't. We started our slow draft $3 mini on Drafters on Saturday, 9 a.m. I'm pick 109. I've made 2 picks and I'm 11 picks away. Don't do it. It's worse than watching paint dry. Anyways, back to the task at hand. After that, Cooper Kupp gets taken off the board. Tyreek Hill, our good friend It's Amigo. What's up, baby boy? Drafts Travis Kelce. Snowman gets Austin Eckler. Stephon Diggs goes off the board. Knifey, with his first pick, gets A.J. Brown. Jonesy Juan Kenobi grabs Amon St. Brown. A lot of Browns. Big Elmback finishes off round 1 with the 12th overall pick with Devontae Adams. Then around the bend, he picks up Jalen Waddle. And then Jonesy grabs CeeDee Lamb. Knifey grabs Garrett Wilson. Saquon gone. Our good man, our good friend, Snowman, who's won 2 of our 2 million giveaways. Snowman, are you using your giveaway right now? Let me know. He grabs Nick Chubb. It's Amigo, our good buddy, grabs Chris Olave, Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, T. Higgins. We take Ramondre Stevenson to finish off round 2. Starting off round 3, we grab Breece Hall. Then Derrick Henry goes off the board. Then Jalen Hurts. Then Debo. Then Josh Jacobs. Then Patrick Mahomes. It's Amigo goes Josh Allen. Then Snowman goes Keenan Allen. So Allen to Allen, Brown to Brown. Then Mark Andrews. Knifey grabs Najee Harris. Nice pick. Jonesy Juan Kenobi goes Amari Cooper. Yeah, because it's a terrible pick. Big Elmac finishes off round 3 with Calvin Ridley. Starts off round 4 with Lamar Jackson. So they are both going really wide receiver heavy, both Big Elmac and Jonesy Juan Kenobi. After that, Jonesy Juan Kenobi grabs DeAndre Hopkins. Then Knifey grabs Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr, I go again on my own. Did you guys watch my top 10 2023 fantasy football team names? Great video. 4 minutes. You'll enjoy it. A lot of dad jokes in there. You're welcome. Then Terry McLaurin. Snowman grabs Jerry Jeudy. It's Amigo grabs Drake London. Then Christian Watson goes off the board. Then Christian Kirk. And we are losing out on all the wide receiver value right now. So we need to buckle up because this ain't no $3 mini. The big sharks. The big sharks do. The big sharks are here. Ain't no baby sharks. After Christian Watson, Mr. Christian Kirk gets picked up. Then Joe Mixon, and we're waiting for our pick. Let's catch up on the draft. Jonesy Kenobi says, I will never do slow. I'm too impatient. So, like, I was in the same frame of mind. I had the exact same, mentality, especially since I did one for the Headliners League last year on Fantrax, which we placed very high in. Pat myself, okay, we're getting our stack here. This is our favorite stack. If you watched our top 5 2023 football stacks at a value, it's Justin Fields and DJ Moore who round out the top. They're our number 1 favorite stack, and we got it, and I'm happy about it. So pat ourselves on the back. Yeah. So I said after the Headliners one, I would never do it live on stream. And then Quasi's like, hey man, I really like it. And I'm like, frick, if the 2-time likes slow drafts, I might as well just try one, because like it was 11 out of 12. They needed one more to fill it. So I filled it. And then it's 8 hours per pick on the slow drafts. 8 hours per pick. So there's 20 rounds, 12 people drafting in each round. If you do the math, if everybody takes the actual 8 hours, the draft won't be done until after the season kicks off, mathematically, which is ridiculous. 8 hours. And these guys are all like auto picking too. It's bananas. We started off that draft with Bijan Robinson at the 109, and then we picked Jonathan Taylor. And I'll let you guys know next week what our third overall pick is going to be. So after, who do we say? After Christian Kirk, Joe Mixon goes off the board, Brandon Ayuk, Joe Burrow. We finish off round 4 with Justin Fields, pick up DJ Moore with our favorite stack, starting off round 5. Then Chris Godwin's gone. Then Marquise Hollywood Brown is taken off the board. Justin Herbert is gone. Travis Etienne, Mike Williams, our good friend It's Amigo grabs Deontay Johnson. Snowman gets TJ Hawkinson. He's going for Hucktoberfest. Kenneth Walker, Knifey goes 3 RBs in a row. He grabs Aaron Jones. We're waiting for Jonesy Kenobi to make his pick, but first, let's read what Jonesy said. Cooper has actually been quietly very good last couple of years, had no exposure, so been grabbing him last few drafts. Yeah, I don't know why I'm fading Amari Cooper. I have zero reason. He's finished as a top 15 wide receiver in maybe or even top 20 last 4 years, and I don't know why I'm fading him. But I think drafting him this early, there's better value in the 3rd round. Just it's simply like an ADP fade. If he falls to me, sure, I'll grab him. But idiots like Jonesy, kidding Jonesy, you're not an idiot. We love you. People like to get Amari Cooper, and it makes sense why they like to get Amari Cooper. So after Knifey grabs Aaron Jones, Jonesy grabs George Kittle, so he's still okay. He just got an RB. Big Al Mack finally gets his first 2 running backs, so he goes J.K. Dobbins, and then that's the last pick of the 5th round. He starts off the 6th round with Alexander Madison. Jonesy grabs Dameon Pierce. Knifey grabs Tyler Lockett. Then Cam Akers gets taken off the board. That's a great value. Whoever's drafting at the 109, I like their build a lot. I do like their build a lot. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the rest of their wide receiver core. But yeah, Snowman grabs Treylon Burks. Great value. We have 0 exposure to him. It's Amigos on the clock. And let's see what he does there. So once again, we are drafting here at Drafters Fantasy. There's 2 different tournaments. Right now, we're doing the Drafters 2 million. First place gets $300,000 American US Dollaruskis. There's there's $2 million in total winnings. There's also the Drafters Mini, the drafts we do to warm up for our 2 million Mondays. First place gets $30,000. There's $200,000 in total winnings. It's crazy. It's best ball format. It's the most convenient way to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted in your weekly matchup, so no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades. If you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1 on Drafters Fantasy Sports, you get up to $100 match with your initial deposit. All transactions are done in US dollars. Drafters is available in Ontario and all other legal sports betting provinces and states. And you know how we have great timing because we're ready to pick. We're going to go with George Pickens. Oh, we got Slim Pickens here at the wide receiver position. See what I did there? And Jahan Dotson. All right. We got a 6 start. We got Justin Jefferson, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, Justin Fields, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson. We are killing this draft. We are crushing it. We're having a good draft. Big Al Mac, how's your draft feeling? What about you, Knifey? How's your draft feeling? It's Amigo, Silent but Deadly, Snowman. How's your draft going, buddy? Asking for a friend. Let's look at what It's Amigo has. He's got Kelsey, Olave, Josh Allen, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans. So he's gotten 0 RB. Surely he's going to grab either Swift or Dalvin Cook here. He needs running back. Come on, It's Amigo. Show us running back. Running back, It's Amigo. Rachaad White, running back. He needed it. He got it. That's why it's important to read the room as you're drafting. You get to pivot off of other people's needs and essentially get a guy you want and hold off on a guy so you can get a later round steal. Better value. So Snowman so far has Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, TJ Hawkinson, Treylon Burks, and Quentin Johnston. He got TJ Hawkinson relatively late. Am I losing my mind? TJ Hawkinson usually goes a little bit earlier than that, right? Good draft for both of them so far. Knifey's got AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Najee, Jameer, Aaron Jones, Tyler Lockett, Deshaun Watson. So he's going very balanced. 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs, 1 quarterback. Surely he's going to get a tight end to finish off the starting lineup. Jonesy's got Amon St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, George Kittle, Dameon Pierce, Isaiah Pacheco. Great values. Big Al Mac's got Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, Alexander Madison, Darren Waller, Dalvin Cook. Big Al Mac's low-key killing his draft again. Jonesy says Knifey grabbing Watson, wanted the Watson Cooper stack. Hey, man. Snipe City. Snipe City. Oh, that should be the name for when we start doing Saturdays. Get Sniped Saturdays. God, I'm brilliant. So smart. All right, so after we take Jahan Dotson, Jackson Smith and Jigba goes off the board. Dallas Goedert, Cortland Sutton, Jordan Addison, Gabe Davis. Rachaad White goes to It's Amigo. Snowman grabs Quentin Johnston. Brandon Cooks. Deshaun Watson goes to Knifey. Isaiah Pacheco goes to Jonesy. Big Al Mac. Big Al Mac finishes off round 7 with Darren Waller. Starts off round 8 with Dalvin Cook. Jonesy grabs Dak Prescott. Knifey is still going on RBs, so we are not going to see RBs later on. So we can expect some decent value at the tight end position coming around the bend here. So he goes James Conner, then Elijah Moore. Snowman grabs David Montgomery. Swift goes to It's Amigo. That's a great value that It's Amigo got Swift at. I was kind of hoping that we could get that, but it is what it is. Rashad Bateman goes off the board after that, and we got more chats. Jonesy 1, Kenobi says, Snipe Saturdays. Sniped. Quick Scope Saturdays. I remember the Car 98 back when Verdansk first came out. The game was fun. It was cool to grind for that big camo. What was the camo from Modern Warfare 1? It was Damascus. Yes, Damascus. The Joker RPG, man. God, I got PTSD from that one. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says 1v1 Rust. You don't want this work. You don't. If you think I'm toxic when it comes to fantasy football, you should hear me in COD. I will go there. Wherever there is, I will go there. I will meet you. And you won't like me. Okay. James Cook, great value. And we'll go Samaje Perine. We are doing really well right now. We got 4 stud wide receivers, 4 high upside running backs. We're liking our draft. It looks like we're going to push the tight end position because I know David Njoku is a phenomenal tight end, but I'm not going to reach on David Njoku, especially when I can address, my running back position with a James Cook and Samaje Perine. This draft is going really well. Jonesy One Kenobi says, "What you play on PC, bro? PC. I haven't played in a while. Last we played was that ranked mode, and that was fun for like the first week and a half until there was like a bunch of hackers, and then it just all fell apart. And the same thing with Verdansk. Verdansk was so fun until there was a bunch of hackers, and then it just all fell apart. But yeah, I missed the Growl. I missed the Bruin. I missed the Kilo. I missed the Akimbo Diamatis. Not the Akimbo Snake Shots, but the Akimbo Diamatis. Those are fire. Those are great. Nevertheless, I digress. On to bigger and better things. Fantasy football. We love it. So after It's Amigo grabs DeAndre Swift with the 90th pick in the 8th round, Rashad Bateman goes. Zay Flowers goes. So back-to-back Baltimore Ravens gone. Evan Ingram, a guy who we would have taken simply based on our big draft guide. Then Antonio Gibson, Mike Thomas. We finished off round 8 with James Cook. Start off round 9 with Samaje Perine, AJ Dillon, Anthony Richardson, Javonte Williams, Kirk Cousins, Alan Lazard. It's Amigo grabs Zach Charbonnet. He doesn't have Kenneth Walker, so no double stackage there. Snowman grabs Daniel Jones. I'm telling you, this guy drafting from the 109, I like his style. I like what he's doing right now. He goes Jameson Williams. I don't like that pick, but it makes sense after week 6. Tua Tagovailoa goes to Knifey. Jared Goff goes to Jonesy. Big L Mac finishes off round 9 with Odell Beckham Jr. and then starts off round 10 with Tyler Boyd. And we're all caught up. Jonesy, what do you play on, buddy? I have not touched COD in ages. I don't anticipate wanting to touch COD in ages. Unless the next one comes out. Then we'll talk about it. So I have a question for you folks. And I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. If Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs sit this season because their teams do not value the running back position and therefore will not raise the market at the running back position or pay them based off of performances of the past of being, elite upside running backs. 2 questions here. Do you anticipate any of the current free agent running backs going and shitting on the running back movement to get paid? Or do you anticipate that Eric Gray from the New York Football Giants, the rookie, and Zamir White become the best late round steals in football? Because I have not drafted much Saquon or Josh Jacobs, and I'm not going to until, we see that they did in fact sign their franchise tag tender. And if they do, then by all means, we're going to go Juju and Brian Robinson. We are crushing this draft. We are killing this draft. Juju so-so pick, but Brian Robinson, round 11, crushed it. Jonesy One Kenobi says Xbox. I bought a gaming laptop last year, but only do fantasy football stuff on it. Yeah, I have a gaming laptop too. That's what I'm doing the stream on. Yeah. So after Big Al Max starts off round 10 with Tyler Boyd, Jonesy grabs Alvin Kamara. Rashad Penny goes to Knifey. Geno Smith. Snowman grabs Sky Moore. It's Amigo grabs Damian Harris. Another great pick I like the way It's Amigo drafts, man. God, you're good, It's Amigo. David Njoku, Pat Fryermuth, Romeo Dobbs, Devon Achane. I have zero exposure, want zero exposure. Rondell Moore, we finish off round 10 with Juju Smith-Schuster, start off round 11 with Brian Robinson, then Elijah Mitchell, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, Zay Jones, Jacoby Myers. It's Amigo grabs Khalil Herbert. He's just going running back crazy right now. He's getting some sick running back value. I love It's Amigos draft right now. I love his draft right now. Snowman grabs Russell Wilson, then Michael Gallup, then Knifey grabs Jamal Williams. Jonesy's on the clock. Jonesy said, I see Zeke and Fournette landing in one of the openings if there is one. Teams won't run with white or gray, in my opinion. But, like, that's the thing. If, Fournette, Zeke, Dalvin Cook, whoever else is a free, Kareem Hunt, if these guys are spokespeople for the running back position, would they go and shoot the movement in the foot and backstab fellow running backs by going and signing to the team that would not sign their fellow running backs? I don't see that happening. I think there's a code, and I think if there's somebody who's sitting out, in fact, that these guys who we're considering as handcuffs and long shots are the clear-cut starters. And I want to live in that world where, if Saquon and Josh Jacobs don't sign, which would be terrible for football, but if they don't sign, I want as many shares as Zamir White and Eric Gray. It makes sense. And that's a big if, right? Because, surely, the New York Giants value Saquon. Surely one of them has to sign. But in the meantime, all signs are pointing to Zamir White and Eric Gray. And they both go either undrafted or very late. And I'm trying to get as many shares of them as possible. So after Jonesy grabs Kendre Miller, Big Al Mac finishes off round 11 with Aaron Rodgers. Shocker. Starts off round 12 with Jerick McKinnon. Jonesy grabs Devin Singletary. Knifey Spoony grabs Jonathan Mingo. Van Jefferson, Snowman grabs Tank Bigsby. It's Amigo gets Rasheed Rice. Jalen Warren goes off the board. KJ Osborne. DJ Chark, DJ Chark. I'm enjoying myself. Then Chigo Zimo Konku gets taken off the board. That's another tight end we were eyeing at this value or this round, but we shall pivot and we shall digress. All right, I have no idea who got drafted before me, so we're going to take Cole Kmet and Jordan Love. I think we're okay at the quarterback position. I think we can sit on having two quarterbacks with Justin Fields and Jordan Love. If Mac Jones or Desmond Ridder or Trey Lance happen to be available with the last overall pick in this draft, we'll grab them. But in the meantime, we're doing really good. We're sitting pretty. We should go with a 3 tight end build here. But yeah, I'm loving this draft. This is by far I know I say this a lot, but this is by far my best 2 million draft. So we got Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, James Cook, Samaje Perine, Brian Robinson. I don't think we need another running back. As much as I want to prove a point of getting a double stack at the running back position, I don't need it. Then at wide receiver, we got Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Juju Smith-Schuster. Tight end, we got Cole Kmet. Yes, our tight end position is a little weak, but we can definitely address that and make things work because we know there's a lot of great late round value. We know that people like to fade the rookie tight ends, even though this is the best rookie tight end draft class in the history of ever. I'm so high on this rookie tight end draft class. Jonesy Wankonobi says, I get what you're saying, but could they pay a 1 year, $15 million deal if they wanted at that point, or they wouldn't say no to that? Well, that's the thing. A 1 year deal is already what's on the table, and that's the franchise tag, right? Are you talking in regards of Zeke and Fournette or Dalvin Cook, or are you talking in regards of Saquon and Jonathan Taylor? Because what Saquon and Jonathan Taylor, or not Jonathan Taylor, what Saquon and Josh Jacobs are looking for is guaranteed money and a long-term contract. They want to reset the running back market, right? And the way you reset the running back market is you don't sign a franchise tag that's going to be less next year for every other running back in a contract dispute and contract situation. So despite them having, their greedy needs where they want to get bank and they want guaranteed money, they're also doing it for everybody who's got to sign a contract next year and the year after that and every year moving forward, right? Because if running backs are no longer going to be valued the way that they're going to be valued, and Derrick Henry's the last real running back to sign a real running back deal and play up to it, then football is going to be pretty tough to watch, and we might go back to fucking Call of Duty. I'll be honest. It's such a slippery slope that the NFL is dealing with right now. So I hope that, for football's sake, honestly, for all football fans, that Saquon and Josh Jacobs get a deal and reset the market. I hope, Leonard Fournette and Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook all sign somewhere. If it's a 1-year deal, I hope it's big bucks. And if it's not a 1-year deal, I hope they get guaranteed money and help in terms of inflate the market and boost the running back market. Because if the running back position dies, then one of the most pure aspects of football, where like that perfect drawn up run play, it's going to be dead. 10 years from now, we're not going to see running backs. So it is a very pivotal moment in football history happening right now, believe it or not. And I know I'm like overhyping it, but like if you can see two roads, one road being, Saquon and Josh Jacobs reset the running back market, or two, running back market is dead. Running backs in general are dead. It's tough. All right, we're going to stop talking about running backs. We're going to grab Curtis Samuel and Marvin Mims. We are currently at 7 wide receivers, so we're sitting pretty there. We got 5 more picks. Once again, it would have been nice to have gotten the tight end here, but Dawson Knox is somebody who doesn't scream at me. Juwan Johnson is another guy who I'm like, I don't expect consistency, and if I'm drafting tight end this late, I'm looking for somebody who's a sleeper and who's going to be consistent. Sure, Juwan will have spike weeks, but I don't see anybody other than Chris Olave eating targets early and often. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says, I'm saying Zeke or Fournette, but that's the thing. Zeke and Fournette both got released, and they were both being paid less than franchise tag eligibility. Like, franchise tag right now for the running back position is 10.09 mil. They're getting paid less than that. So if they sign anywhere, it's not going to be for 15 million. Like, the only running backs who should get 15 million are all the ones who are under franchise tag, and they're not going to get 15 million. So it depends on what's going to happen in terms of them moving forward. The only real solution for this, because I don't see the NFL budging, it makes sense why the running backs are being devalued. It makes a lot of sense. Giving that much guaranteed money to somebody who rushed for, Josh Jacobs had 393 touches last year. Typically, if it was any other position, they'd be like, pay him. But like, since the running back is involved in all the blocking plays, all the running plays, they get to catch the ball and get hit right away. Like, since they got to take on, defensive ends in a pass pro, they depreciate a lot faster than any other position. The NFL stands for not for long, and it's not long for running backs either. Like, the running back position does not last. They don't have a huge shelf life, right? If you look at, historically speaking, you'll have a couple outliers who will play past, the first 6, 7, 8 seasons. But like, running backs need to get paid, and they need to get paid now. But then you got guys like Shmeez. You got Shmeez, fucking bottom feeders. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing. But you got guys like Melvin Gordon who sign huge, ridiculous contracts and don't live up to it. and they scare owners and general managers and devalue the position, right? It makes sense. This is a depreciating asset. And like, I hate talking about people as if they are like monetary values, but like we're discussing monetary value right now. So yeah, it sucks. It's terrible. So the only way to improve the entire situation is to, because like also the NFLPA and the NFL are not going to sit down and reconvene until 2030. And by then Saquon's not going to be playing. And if this keeps going the way it's going, the running back positions, it's done. It's done. You're going to see like flag football pretty much. It's going to be just wide receivers, 0 back sets, no runs, no physicality. It's going to be atrocious. So you got to give them guaranteed incentives as opposed to guaranteed money. A guaranteed incentive would incentivize, hold on. We'll get Mecole Hardman and we'll get Devontae Parker. We're just finishing off the wide receiver value we have here. So we got room for 2 more tight ends and then 1 more position. So yeah, if the running back position is incentivized and they get higher pay based off of incentives, then the NFL would avoid the financial situation where they're giving guaranteed money to somebody who's depreciated, right? So it creates for a more hunger-driven NFL where running backs are no longer going to coast off of their guaranteed money. Like guys like Melvin Gordon, like guys like Le'Veon Bell, like guys like CJ2K when he signed the bag, like Todd Gurley when he signed the bag. These guys just coasted off their guaranteed money. Mind you, Todd Gurley didn't really coast after he signed the bag. He kind of like had no cartilage left in his knees. So yeah, I think that's the only way they can solve the running back situation. And if they need me to mediate this entire situation, I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I will gladly fly wherever and mediate the situation because this is the only way it would make sense. It's the only way, unless Saquon and Josh Jacobs raise the value of the running backs, but I don't see that happening. I don't see, like, it's bigger than football right now. NFL owners are saying you're depreciating value. All 32 teams are going to consider you depreciating values. We want to pick up value elsewhere. So that's why bottom feeders like Devontae Parker are getting $11 million a year, $14 million guaranteed. And guys like Dalvin Cook, guys like Austin Eckler, guys like Tony Pollard, guys like Ezekiel Elliott, guys like Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, they can't sign the bag. Anyways, that's enough about that. It really bothers me though, because like I have to think about these scenarios. Jonesy Kenobi with the Zamir White pick, great pick. If I'm telling you, if Jonesy with Jelani Woods pick, I like you, Jonesy. You're a good man. God bless you. Adrian Feta says big money Parker. Oh yeah, we drafted Devontae Parker. God, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing, a Homer shirt. So I had to do at least I actually got a couple of Homers here. We're doing all right with our Homer. All right, I just got canceled on YouTube. It's Amigo says, I love your draft in this one, Disco. I don't even know who I have on my team anymore, but I'm sure it's good because I'm the best. All right, let's look at our draft so far, it's Amigo. Thank you for the compliment, buddy. I appreciate it. He said Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, James Cook, Samaje Perine, Brian Robinson, Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Mims, Mecole Hardman, Devontae Parker. We crushed this draft. Adrian Fittis says going for a jog while drafting is not recommended. Actually, I was talking to one of those. What was the name? Spike Week. What was their name? Jonesy. He told me he was walking his dog when he drafted his Big Kurt. He told me he was walking his dog when he was drafting his 30,000 winning best ball lineup on DK. Sometimes, like inspiration comes where inspiration comes, fellas. You can't force it. It's just gonna come, Typically I would take Luke Schoonmaker there, but Logan Thomas is a starter. Confirmed starter. Eric Bieniemy has been very good to the tight end position when he's been an offensive coordinator. And having two guys who aren't really like great quarterbacks in Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett, it means the tight end position should get a lot of work. So Logan Thomas is a value pick here. I like it. I'm surprised to see that Eric Gray has not been taken yet. Hopefully somebody's smart enough to snag him because I think we're good at the running back position. The fact that Latavius Murray is being drafted over Eric Gray is beyond me. Kareem Hunt should be a decent pick, but I also think that like Kareem Hunt has way too many red flags. Like Kareem Hunt might have played his last down in the NFL. Might see him in the CFL. Yeah, Kurt, but I wanted to I can't remember what I think it's called Spike Week. I think he works on Spike Week, the YouTube channel. He's gonna show me their tools. I cannot. So like when people tell me about draft tools, if it's good, I will salivate and get excited. And from what Kurt told me about their draft tools, I'm salivating and I'm getting excited. Spike Week. I am. Those are some good looking, because they thought about everything. Like not just players, they thought about like bye week correlation. This is who you should stack on, like everything. So even I, a guy who has his own draft tools, who's built his own draft tools, I am forever improving. I'm a rookie at this best ball YouTube streaming deal, and I'm humble enough to know that I am a rookie at this, but I am also somebody who's eager to constantly learn. And for me being a sponge, I'm going to win. And that's why I'm going to win, because I'm humble enough and modest enough. I'm like the best at modesty. Like if there was a prize for being the modestest person in the room, I would be most modestest. Like if it were up to me and Donald Trump, I would trump Trump in modesty, because I'm just the most modest. Just what I do. I'm really good at modesty. Yeah. I'm modest enough, honestly. I'm modest enough to know that, I'm forever a improving human. If you're not getting 1% better at what you're passionate about every day, then what the fuck are you doing with your life? So whatever it is that you want to get good at life, here's my advice. Get 1% better every day. Jonesy said, I took white and gray since they're our theme today. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. And it makes sense because Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs are not getting the dollars. That's why it makes sense. Adrian Ferra says, getting 1% less healthy, says the guy who was doing this draft while he was doing a jog. Like, what point are you trying to make here, Adrian? Nobody believes you. You just said you were going for a jog and drafting, and now you want us to believe that you're unhealthy? Shut it. Shut your trap. Love you, Adrian. All right, we're wrapping up our Draftamundo. I would love to get Michael Mayer here, but I don't want that week 13 problem with him and Cole Kmet. And there's a tight end who I've been trying to get, and I haven't gotten him, so I'm going to get him at least. I'm going to at least get one share of him today. There's actually two of them available, but I'm going to go with the other one. My dogs are freaking out. All right, we're going to go with Durham Smythe, who's also a starting quarterback in the NFL. Did you guys know that? He's a starting tight end. Sorry, he's a starting tight end for the Miami Dolphins. I'm exhausted. All right, let's look at our team, wrap it up, and then see you guys manana. All right, we go Justin Fields, Jordan Love. I hate that division, but I love Justin Fields. We got Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, James Cook, Samaje Perine, Brian Robinson. The wide receiver position, we got Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Mims, Mecole Hardman, Devontae Parker. We went with 4 tight ends because that's the benefit of drafting here on Drafters. There's 20 rounds, so if you go tight end late, you can get a lot of value, and surely one of them is going to have a decent day, right? So we got Cole Kmet, Luke Musgrave, Logan Thomas, Durham Smythe. All right, let's take a look at our buddies' drafts. Start with Big L Mac. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo, J.K. Dobbins, Alexander Madison. He's got a very purple team. Alexander Madison, Dalvin Cook, Jerick McKinnon, Raheem Mostert, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Cordell Patterson. Wide receivers, he's got Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, Odell Beckham Jr., Tyler Boyd, Isaiah Hodgins, Hunter Renfrow, Allen Robinson. And he went with Darren Waller and Sam Laporta. Are you a Laporta supporter? I'm a Laporta supporter. Great draft, Liam. I would say, this is my feedback to you every time, if you go quarterback early like Lamar Jackson, you only need 2, and 8 running backs is too much, especially when you got great value like the ones you have. But other than that, great draft, buddy. Let's look at our good friend Jonesy Juan Kenobi. He goes Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Derek Carr. I like the interesting, whatever. They're decent quarterbacks. Damian Pierce, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Kendre Miller, Devin Singletary, Zamir White, Eric Gray. We got a double stack there. Yeah. He handcuffed his handcuff. Damian Pierce, Devin Singletary. I like it. Alvin Kamara. Okay. So do you guys know who Mason Dodd is? Flock Fantasy. He interviewed a lawyer. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but I watched it today. He interviewed a lawyer, and I think it's like the most brilliant fantasy football move anybody's ever done. He interviewed a lawyer about the legal issues with Joe Mixon and Alvin Kamara. Go give it a watch. Go watch that. And tell me if you're going to keep drafting Alvin Kamara. Go watch it. A lawyer who likes fantasy football. Mason Dodd is a fucking genius. Sorry for cursing again. Fuck. All right. Great. I like your running backs other than Alvin Kamara. Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb. Okay, so you got a nice stack there too. I like that. You got 2 stacks. Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Rashid Shaheed. Are they both Rashid Shaheed? Yeah, the guy in Buffalo is Rashid Shaheed as well. John Mechie, Richie James, Marvin Jones, George Kittle, Jelani Woods. I like your 2 tight ends. I like your quarterbacks. I think you could have. I like your wide receivers a lot. I think had you avoided Alvin Kamara and added one more wide receiver, it just would have made better sense in terms of like overall just build. But once again, like it could be the one because every player you drafted is great. And if Kamara doesn't get suspended or arrested, which he should, especially since the lawyer on Fantasy Flock said so, then yeah, you're gonna crush it. Let's look at Knifey's draft. I miss drafting with you, Knifey. Knifey's the first person I drafted on Drafters with. Deshaun Watson, Tua Tagovailoa, Kyler Murray. Don't like Kyler Murray pick. I think if you look at Sports MD analysis on Twitter, he has him coming back for week 8. Najee Harris, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, right away. I love this trio of running backs. I need to get it. James Conner, Rashad Penny, Jamal Williams. Not so big on the last 3. Maybe Jamal Williams. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Lockett, Jonathan Mingo, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Mac Hollins, Puka Nacua. I like your wide receivers a lot. Greg Dulcich, Taysom Hill, who was my last overall pick in every best ball tournament I did last year, simply because he's the only person who could play quarterback and flex. So he was a game changer, especially on spike weeks. And Isaiah Likely, I like your draft. We got It's Amigo, Josh Allen, Bryce Young, great. Rashad White, DeAndre Swift, Zach Charbonnet, Damian Harris, Khalil Herbert, Chase Brown. Love the running backs. So I love this build. 2, 6, 9, 3. I love that build. Chris Olave, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans, Rashee Rice, Adam Thielen, Jaden Reed, Wan'Dale Robinson, Joshua Palmer. Good. Travis Kelce, very good. Dawson Knox, Hayden Hurst. I feel like you didn't need to get Hayden Hurst there. Honestly, you could have gotten another wide receiver. You did not need Hayden Hurst there at all. Let's look at Snowman. Snowman, the winner. Snowman, the winner of back-to-back Friendship Friday Drafters 2 million giveaways. Back-to-back. Oh, by the way, the third ticket wasn't claimed. So if it's not claimed by Thursday, I'm just going to redo it. I'm just going to give it away again. Because you know what? Alex, you won. Alex, if you're watching, you won, Alex. Contact me on our here. You can contact me here. You can contact me on Twitter, on the Twitter at Big Draft Energy or Big Draft HQ on everything. Contact me. I'd love to give you your ticket. You won. But if you don't want it, I'm gonna give it away. I don't want to hold on to it. I don't want to use it. I mean, yeah, God. All right, Snowman, Daniel Jones. Oh, what did I do? Snowman, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Ryan Tannehill. Interesting. Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, David Montgomery, Tank Bixby, Gus Edwards. I like your running backs a lot. I always like your running backs. Snowman knows how to draft running backs. Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, Treylon Burks, Quentin Johnson, Sky Moore, Marquez Valdez Scantling. A little double stackage there. Darius Slayton. Oh, he's got a double stack with Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson too. Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt, Kyle Phillips. Kyle Phillips. That could be a good pick because there's really no other wide receiver there other than Treylon Burks and Chigozie Okonkwo, but he's a tight end. TJ Hawkinson, Gerald Everett. I think you could have gone away with 2 tight ends here, but great draft. Then let's recap the GOAT's draft. I'm the GOAT. Justin Fields, Jordan Love at our quarterback position, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, James Cook, Samaje Perine, Brian Robinson. All guys I'm very high on this year. I think Breece Hall, I was reading some stats earlier today. Breece Hall per touch has the most fantasy points, whether it be a reception or a run. Per touch, most fantasy points. And he's going to be back week 1. If he misses the first couple of weeks, whatever. We got James Cook, Samaje Perine, Brian Robinson, and Ramondre. At the wide receiver position, we got Justin Jefferson. Can't go wrong there. We got the stack with DJ Moore and Justin Fields, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Mims, Mecole Hardman, Devontae Parker. Tight end, since we went tight end late and we don't have faith in any of them, we're hoping that one of them will have a spike week every week. Cole Kmet, Luke Musgrave, Logan Thomas, Durham Smythe. Jonesy Wankanobi says, if Kamara plays, his ADP will go up guaranteed, so risking it in drafts until we know the outcome. But that's why I double stacked. If he's out, I'm still covered. Yeah, but there's also the Jamal Williams aspect, right? And like if you were doing that risk on the 3, it's like risk reward, right? If you're doing that risk on the $3 mini, it would make sense. But on the drafters 2 million, I wouldn't risk it for the biscuit, especially since like it's up in the air and like his ADP won't go up too much, right? It would still be a decent value at that point. Adrian Fidesz says that is the zeros of RB built and it works. Damn. Which one? Are you talking about It's Amigos? This is the guy I want to look at with a spike week. He went Geno, Stafford, Sam Howell, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Walker, Cam Akers, Kenneth Gainwell, Ezekiel Elliott, Keontae Ingram. Stephon Diggs, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Cooks, Elijah Moore, Jameson Williams, Michael Gallup, Van Jefferson, Michael Wilson, Tutu Atwell, Mark Andrews, Noah Fant. All right. He started off well. He had a good start. The rest of it, I don't know what the fuck happened, but he looked like a genius in the first 12 rounds. Jonesy One Kenobi said, well, Knifey took Williams, so I couldn't, and I was already in at that point. Fair enough. Like, I don't give you feedback to like, it's constructive criticism. It's like, I don't know if your draft is going to be a winner or a loser. I just know that in terms of like being cerebral and strategic, this is the advice I would give moving forward. But I'm not telling you this is how you should draft and this is how you need to draft. I'm simply giving you constructive criticism. If you want me to stop giving you constructive criticism, I won't. I can't. I'm sorry. This is my job. I love you though. It's constructive. It's coming from a place of love though. Like, I'm not shitting on you or your lineup. Like, it's a very good draft. I like it. I just worry about Kamara, and I would watch that video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Huh? All right. See you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Love ya. Peace.